it's Paul Banis with GreatDad.com, and I'm here with Hayden. And we're talking today about the Nima peanut sensor. And we had taken, this is it, the same box. We had taken a look at the Nima gluten sensor, and you can take a look at that, right? They're very similar. Actually, the boxes, I think, are...
fairly, it's the same thing.
They're identical, almost identical, slightly different color, and man, they're really similar. One says peanut, one says gluten. And they use the same type of technology, that you actually use in pregnancy test kits to choose to find antibodies. And their little tiny device here. We're already in the middle of testing something, and they take these little cartridges.
These little triangles that take these cartridges.
Yeah. So they sell these cartridges. You put a test of a little sample, a pea-sized sample of the food you want to test to see if it has peanut or in the other case gluten, and in about 4 minutes it comes back with an analysis of the what's inside, right?
Doing a test right now.
Yeah, so it makes a little bit of noise, so you know it's working. It's got a little digital display on the side that says testing for peanut right now.
And it also has an app, so you can also see it on your phone if you have Bluetooth.
Right. So explain why we have some gluten sensitivity in the family. We don't know if that's really real or just people worried about just too many carbohydrates, but you are actually allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
Which we didn't take very seriously at first because we didn't know what it was. We'd go to a Thai restaurant and get food, and then Hayden would get sick. This is when he was like 3 or 4 years old. And he really didn't understand. We didn't understand what it was, whether he just ate too much or what the situation was. And it wasn't until you were about 7 or 8, because it was right around Halloween,
Yeah.
I remember, we realized, we went to the allergist and found out that yes, indeed, what he'd been trying to tell us for years was he's allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
So in Hayden's case, luckily, hasn't been a case where he's actually risked dying.
It's not like if it says made in a factory of peanuts, I can't have it.
Right, but he has a friend who actually went into intensive care. So it's no laughing matter, even though if you don't have a peanut allergy in the family, you might not think it's as serious as it actually is. But he gets really, your throat tightens and you find it a little bit hard to breathe. We have a EpiPen just in case, but we've never had to really go for that. But it does make eating out kind of unpleasant if he doesn't know what's inside the food. So he tends to avoid any Thai restaurant. Recently we went to an Indian restaurant, and unfortunately this product won't solve this, but there were cashews in the food, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you had something that you thought was fine, and it had cashews, and then you experienced the same thing because he is allergic to peanuts and tree nuts. So, but what this will do is find if there are peanuts in food, right? So explain how you load the capsule and how that works.
So you have these little capsules, and you place like a small, what did they say, like a teaspoonful of something?
A peanut. I think it's a peanut.
Teaspoon.
It's a pea-sized sample.
Yeah, pea-sized sample, and you put in there, and then you tighten the cap, and then you put it right into this little triangle right here, and then you press on the button. It's extremely simple.
So the one thing that they sell this now they sell a little optional capsule wrench. Oh. It's a little bit hard to
tighten.
You
really have to tighten it.
You really have to tighten it all the way, or it rejects your sample and makes you come back. But you stick inside there. Our sample is peanut found. Yeah. Okay.
So we put in a peanut cracker into here to test if it actually worked.
Yeah.
And we did.
Keebler's toasted peanut crackers.
And then peanuts were found.
On the other hand, in this one, this little capsule, I put a cashew, and the cashew did not detect peanut. Okay. So the other cool thing about this is the app, and we'll show some screenshots of the app. But it records what you found, and explain what's cool about this.
So it records what you found, and it records all your past tests of what you've done. And then also, if you go to a restaurant, you can search up that restaurant on their app, and it'll tell you someone's already done a test of a food that you're about to eat.
Right. So you can enter in products like a Trader Joe's lentil crackers, and you just try that, test that out, or you can enter it in. It may be already in the database, or if you do the test and you find out there are peanuts in there or not, then you enter that in the database, and then it saves somebody the trouble and the expense of testing it on their own.
Because,
and I think this is
well, the sensor here costs $300.
Yeah.
As a kit, it costs as a kit with 12,
Right,
12
12
capsules. It costs
$289 is the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then for, I think it's 12 capsules a month or something. It's $80.
$59 a month if you buy it on a subscription.
Yeah.
Or $79
But if you buy it,
it.
then it's $80
Yeah.
if you buy it by themselves. So it's fairly expensive for doing tests. So if you do tests often, if you have a severe allergy, you might not want to pay for all this.
Yeah, so it can get really pricey, but if you have a severe allergy and this is
It's
really,
worth it.
changing your lifestyle and really making you paranoid about every time you eat, or if it is a life-threatening situation, it's definitely worth the money. And the gluten one and the peanut one are similar that way. For people who are hypersensitive, it's no laughing matter. This is not a novelty. The technology is really strong, been approved by the FDA. Like Hayden said, it's $289 for the first one, where you get the sensor, you get a little bag, you get a charger cable, and then $79 for each additional set of these, 12 of them,
Yeah,
or
it's
$59 a
essential.
month if you buy them on a subscription. Yeah, so we find it's very, very easy to use, completely intuitive. The one thing I think, if in a restaurant situation, that you do have to wait 3 or 4
And
minutes.
if you're eating hot food, then
Yeah.
you have to wait.
But for the security of knowing that you're not going to get sick that
I
night,
think it's worth
yeah,
it.
it's definitely worth the hassle. Okay, so that's a Nima peanut sensor, which is the partner to the Nima gluten sensor, and that's available now at let's see, NimaSensor.com. Okay, so I'm Paul Banis of GreatDad.com. He's Hayden. See you next time.